Hello everyone, welcome to Elliott Wave Forex.com YouTube channel. My name is Henry and today is Tuesday, May the 12th. The time is around 2:45 a.m. GMT, and today we are looking at the chart of the DAX. This is a 30 minutes chart here. Alright, so let's check out what we got. So we have a 5 waves rally. As you can see here, this is a wave 4 and this is a wave 5. So we do have a 5 waves rally. Now of course the 3 2 1 is not really visible in the short-term chart, but we can zoom out a little bit later on. But for now we can see we ended a 5 waves up. These 5 waves ended either with 1 or with A, of course, right? It could be with A as well, but for now let's call it with 1. And then from here we are in the process of wave 2 correction, in which the wave 2 is looking like a zigzag now, with the first leg as a 5 waves down, ending with A of a zigzag, and this B now is proposed complete here as another zigzag ABC here, 5 3 5. Now if you look at the trend line here, you can see it has already broken below this rising trend line, suggesting that most likely this cycle is over and this is a new cycle. Okay, so now if this is a new cycle, now this is short-term analysis, of course. Then that means that we should not technically break above this again, because if we do break above here, then that could signals that this rally either is in a 5 waves diagonal if it breaks again, or it could be in a WXY structure, in which this is your W, this is your X. However, if it does break above here, the Y, if the Y is equal to the W, then technically it may even break above this one, because then that should extend higher to the 100% extension, right? So ideally at this point in the shorter cycle, the DAX should not break above this again, because if it does break above that again, we might have something else happening in the indices. All right, but for now, as long as we continue to stay below that previous peak, also stay below this broken channel here, then we could potentially extend lower again, at least in a 3 ways down, right? At least we can see at minimum something like this, 3 ways down at least, to correct this cycle. If not, then we can extend lower in a C leg, in a 5 ways down, and go to the ABC equal leg here in the shorter cycle. So that target, the ABC equal leg, is going to be 10,179 approximately to the downside. Okay, so that's the idea. Now, one thing that complicates a little bit about this view here is the idea that actually the US dollar yen looks to be breaking out. Typically, when we are talking about risk on and risk off, typically when the indices go down, people sometimes call it risk off. Typically that will be also accompanied by US dollar yen going lower, and the yen bears in general also going lower. But in this case, if you take a look at the yen, US dollar yen specifically, it doesn't go lower. In fact, it broke higher. And I did another video on US dollar yen. You can take a look at it from last week. I think it was on Friday, if not Thursday. Okay, and I did mention that if it does break below this trend line, you got to be careful, because this looks like a wedge. Now if it breaks above it, that could signal the cycle is over, and if that cycle is over, we have two choices. Either we go to a new high like this, or US dollar yen can do at least a bigger 3 ways up like this before turning lower again. So we only have two choices, but then the break above here signals that most likely we're gonna get extension higher in the US dollar yen. Now if we do get another extension higher in the US dollar yen, that really does not support the idea the index is going to be very weak. Again, a true sort of risk off, generally speaking, will will be accompanied by US dollar yen going down, at least based on the correlation in the past. So expecting this move to the downside, for example in the DAX or any other indices, ideally should be accompanied by US dollar yen going lower. So either US dollar yen breakout is a false breakout here, or if this extends higher, then the DAX technically here, this expectation here, may not necessarily come to fruition. Now you can see the arrow here is actually turning down, right? Because technically we do not have any lower low sequence at this point, right? I mean, in order for this to sort of get the confirmation we're looking for, technically it needs to break below the A. So then you got a lower low, and then that signals that okay, the next leg lower is going to start. But until then, at this point we rely on this analysis that this looks like a 5 waves, and this cycle looks to be over because it breaks below here, this channel. So I think as a minimum expectation, I think we can say that as long as we stay below here, we could get at least one more push lower. So at least some sort of 3 waves here. Okay, and then from there, I think we're gonna check again to see what the market is gonna do, whether it's gonna rally from there or it's really going to do the select here to the downside. If it does break above here, that will complicate the situation, because then you got a 5 swing or 5 waves. So technically that will threaten this previous peak here and may potentially break above this 11,242 as well. Okay, so hopefully that helps, and please do like and subscribe our channel if you enjoy. And as always, if you are new and you like to try our service, we have 14 days free trial. The link is provided in the description of the video below. See you all again next time.